Mark Zuckerberg is a world-class innovator, and he has been a tech genius since before he even reached his teenage years. From developing tech software as a child to co-founding the largest social network ever from his dorm room, Zuckerberg has become one of the world's youngest billionaires. He has revolutionized the tech industry in ways no one else had thought before. He was interested in computers from a very early age. Zuckerberg's dad taught him Atari basic programming in the 1990s, and from there, he began inventing. When he was 12, Zuckerberg used Atari Basic to create a messaging program called ZuckNet. His dad implemented the program in his dental practice, so when patients arrived, the receptionist could notify him quietly through the computers. Zuckerberg's family even incorporated it into their home life as a way to communicate since cell phones weren't an option yet. ZuckNet was a primitive version of AOL's later released Instant Messenger. Zuckerberg's parents saw their son had a unique talent and wanted to provide him with the resources he needed to go even further. They hired a private computer instructor, David Newman, to come a couple hours per week to work with Zuckerberg. Newman later revealed in an interview that it was even hard for him to stay ahead of the young prodigy. Zuckerberg had a natural talent and brilliant mind. Combine the two, and Zuckerberg was the next upcoming tech giant. Throughout high school, Zuckerberg continued to develop games and programs for fun. His fascination kept him busy innovating. Before he graduated, he created an early version of the music software Pandora, which he named Synapse. Companies like AOL and Microsoft expressed interest in buying the program and even wanted to hire Zuckerberg before his high school graduation, but he declined all offers. Instead, he applied and was accepted into Harvard University. He became known on campus as the go-to software developer. He built programs to help make his fellow students' lives easier, like Course Match, which helped students choose their classes based on the course selections of others. He also invented the controversial Face Mash, which compared two students' pictures and allowed users to vote on who was more attractive. The program was later shut down by the university, but Zuckerberg continued creating. Based on all the buzz of Zuckerberg's work, 3 fellow students sought him out with an idea. Twins Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and Divya Narendra wanted to create a social networking site. The site essentially became a dating platform for the Harvard elite. Though Zuckerberg didn't stay on with the project, it helped spark his initial ideas for Facebook. Zuckerberg has always been fascinated by people and the way they work. He took psychology courses in college and was intrigued by how many parts of the brain are geared towards understanding other people, understanding language, how to communicate, understanding facial expressions, processing emotions. Zuckerberg knew that the internet had many things, but it was lacking the one thing he saw as essential, a way to connect with and understand other people, to see what's going on with them. There needed to be tools built so people could express themselves and share what was going on in their lives. People have a deep thirst to understand what's going on with those who are around them. So, Zuckerberg, along with his friends Chris Hughes, Dustin Moskovitz, and Eduardo Saverin, created the social networking platform Facebook. Zuckerberg created the site out of his college dorm room while still at Harvard. However, he left college shortly after his sophomore year to focus on the site instead. Users of the platform had reached over 2 billion people, making Zuckerberg one of the youngest billionaires ever. During the summer of 2004, Zuckerberg moved to Palo Alto, California, and opened his first office. Over the next 3 years, Zuckerberg received many offers from large corporations to buy the company, but he declined them all. Zuckerberg wanted to stay true to his mission and didn't feel like huge corporations would do the same if they took over. He stated in Wired magazine that the thing he cares about most is his mission of making the world open. And with Facebook, he was accomplishing that mission. Others began to take notice of Zuckerberg's mission and the platform. 2004 was also the year that Facebook received its first investment of $500,000 from Peter Thiel. By 2005, Accel Partners had invested $13 million into Zuckerberg's site. Facebook began expanding tremendously and even beyond the US. In 2008, Zuckerberg established Facebook's international headquarters in Ireland. Zuckerberg and his team were continually adding new features to Facebook, increasing the platform's accessibility, giving people new ways to express themselves, interact with others, and connect to the world around them. As new platforms and apps began to emerge in the tech industry, Facebook consistently stayed relevant by offering its users new features. Businesses began utilizing the platform to reach their clients and customers in new ways and to even reach those in different geographic locations. Before users knew it, they could join groups to connect with others who had the same hobbies and passions. Or they could sell their used items that they were getting rid of through the marketplace. Users could even play games and challenge those on their friends list. Private messages could be sent between users like text messages. The opportunities and users were endless and continue to grow and develop. By 2016, Facebook's earnings led its market cap and exceeded Johnson & Johnson. The site's advertising revenue alone brought in $5.2 billion, with 82% from mobile advertising. But Facebook hasn't been only success. There have been many hurdles that Zuckerberg has had to face along the way. The company began implementing measures to combat fake news and fake accounts, and in 2017 had nearly 500 fake accounts being used to purposefully spread false information to promote political divisiveness. Zuckerberg has had to work with multiple countries and governments to ensure user privacy and data protection. Zuckerberg continues to strive for greatness for his employees, his company, and its users, and the world. With his employees, Zuckerberg fosters team building and fun. He believes in breaking the mold and breaking things in order to make them better. And with this idea, Facebook implemented hackathons. Every 6 to 8 weeks, employees come together to conceive and complete a project all in one night. The company provides food and music, and even Zuckerberg regularly attends. Zuckerberg inspires his team with this, quote, "The idea is that you can build something really good in a night, and this is a part of the personality of Facebook, and this is the core of my own personality." End quote. Beyond the tech industry, Zuckerberg's humanitarian goal is to bring people together and foster community. Since acquiring his substantial fortune, Zuckerberg has used his profits to fund many philanthropic causes. In 2010 alone, he donated $100 million to save the Newark public school system in New Jersey, and signed a promise to donate over 50% of his lifetime wealth to charity. In 2013, Zuckerberg collaborated with 6 cell phone companies to bring affordable internet access to everyone. The initiative, Internet.org, worked to increase affordability, efficiency, and to facilitate the development of internet access. Zuckerberg has encouraged the younger generations to give back, as many of them have thrived on the success of online platform companies like Facebook. Zuckerberg participates in many education initiatives to give younger generations the opportunity to develop themselves and new things for the world. He founded the startup Education Foundation, which helps public school systems all over the country have the much-needed resources they need. Zuckerberg envisions a world for all children and wants to be part of making that happen. After the birth of his daughter, Zuckerberg pledged to give 99% of Facebook's shares to join many others in improving the world. Zuckerberg has exemplified humanitarian efforts in our current year by responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. He donated $25 million to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in efforts to search for effective treatments. In addition, he announced a $25 million grant to help local journalists who were impacted by the pandemic. Zuckerberg also purchased $75 million worth of advertisements in local newspapers. Zuckerberg shares his wealth and puts it back into the world. If there's anyone that our younger generations can look up to and be inspired by, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Technology offers everyone, even kids, the opportunity to innovate, develop, and grow. The industry presents a creative and unique challenge for individuals to discover new software and things that make our lives easier. Zuckerberg's mission fosters community and individuality simultaneously. His mission resonates with and inspires many, and this is how he continues to change the world.